Hello, testing. Hello everyone, and welcome to race 4 of the Tier 2 Championship. Today we are at Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. I'll be joined by Toasty, a Tier 1 driver shortly. We're just waiting for him to come out at the moment. A few drivers out on track at the moment on their outlaps. With Mopar, Elche, Chuck and Imola still in the pits. We'll jump on board with Sosa for his outlap while we get stuff set up. Supper and Iger on the mediums at the moment. You only have one set of softs for the sprint qualifying if you go for the balanced tyre selection. Today track temperature is 28 degrees. There's a 3% chance of rain in the qualifying session, so dry session throughout. Sosa starting his hot lap here. It's a nice line through turn 1 and 2, approaching turn 3. Nice and close to the wall. Carrying good speed through this section. I know he's been practicing a lot today. Little oversteer through that. It's a 33.257 for his sector 1 time. Just driving past the Mercedes there on the left hand side. Shaping up to be a nice lap. We have a few reserves with us today. Wiggly Pegasus and Lil Limey, both in the Mercedes. They are academy drivers who are stepping up for their debut today in the Tier 2 race. It'll be interesting to see how they get on. So it's accelerating up the back straight here. See what time he can set out. 130.2, not a bad start. I'll put some up in P3. See the Ferraris here towing each other around. Swaz giving Alfie a lovely tow. Wow. Holding them up there. I think that's an outlap for both of these guys. Stick round to Limey and the Mercedes. Oh, runs wide there, that's going to be an invalid lap. Change to Imola in the Alpine. Charge lap as well. See if we can catch someone on a fast one. It's like Axel. Nicely, he might get a little bit of benefit from that Mercedes in front of him there as well. If you stay within sort of 3 to 4 seconds of the car in front, you can catch a little bit of the dirty air, and that will give you a little bit of a speed boost on the straight. See if Axel can improve on his time here. No, not going to happen that time, unfortunately. See Supper. Oh, he's got a lot of traffic. He's getting a lovely tow from this car in front, however. It's his teammate Sosa there, turning him through Sector 3. That was lovely teamwork. Let's see if he can get a good time on the board. Ah, good time, 129.5. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. Axel is 1.5 temps down in his start to Sector 2. Of course, you've got to remember Supper there just set that lap on the medium tyre. It's 1.5 temps off pole. Maybe he can convert that when he puts the softs on later this session. Igar, who's on pole at the moment in the Haas, is also on a medium tyre and he set a 129.392. There's two of the only guys on the mediums in this qualifying at the moment. Probably waiting out for the track to evolve a little, and then they'll be changing for the softs towards the end of the session. You only get one set of softs if you go for the balanced tyre selections. So they're trying to save that right until the end to get the best benefit out of the softer tyre. It's a good improvement from Swas. Alfie into the pits. And we've got Elche coming around the final corner now to set his first time. Plus up into P8 with a 1:31.0. Just waiting on Mopar and Chuck to set their times now. Chuck flying through. Plus up into P6 with a 1:30.2. Quite a tight grid at the moment. Only a couple of attempts between the podium guys, and then 5th down to 8th. That's only 4 attempts difference. Iger on his outlap here. Well, I suspect he'll be getting a tow from his teammate. Elche is just in front of him. Let's jump on board with Chuck here. He's following Iger, a current pole sitter. He should be getting the benefit of the tow here. Little lock up through there. It's like a slow lap here. We've got a lot of cars driving through Sector 2 at the moment. Alfie on his outlap. Pegasus as well on his first lap of the session. See that Ferrari of Alfie getting awfully close to the car in front. Of course on an outlap. He wants to generate a bit of a gap here before he starts his lap, otherwise he will probably be impeded by the car in front. So don't want to be too close. If you're too close to the car in front, you'll get too much understeer, and the benefit of the straight line speed you'll get, you're losing the corners. Let's see what you can do. Nice line through 1 and 2 with the Mercedes letting the cars pass on the right hand side. Going to turn 3, yellow flag. And this is the perfect distance to get a tow from the car in front. You don't want to be too close, as I said. think that would be invalid for Alfie if I'm not mistaken now. Keeps pushing though, he's only 2 attempts off of his fastest time, so maybe he'll benefit from the tow through sector 2 and 3. Very slow in and fast out. We've just been joined by Toasty. How's it going, mate? Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad, thank you very much. I'm just going to jump on the stream. I just want to make sure I can hear you, because we had an issue with Derek last time he was speaking and no one could hear anything he was saying. Do you mind just saying something, Toasty? Yeah. This is qualifying at the moment. Do you want me to send you an invite to the session? Should be able to jump on. Oh, are you? Okay. Sprint qualifying at the moment. So join us just in time. Yes, sir. I can't hear you on the stream at the moment, so let me just have a fiddle. I want to see why that is. So I can hear you in the party. I'm just on the live stream on YouTube. So I can hear you in the party. I'm just on the live stream on YouTube. No, I still can't hear you. You're on PlayStation, aren't you? Oh, you're on PC. Alright, I see. You're on PlayStation, aren't you? Oh, you're on PC. Alright, I see. Hmm. Let me see if I can figure it out. Right. Yeah, maybe if I change over to game chat, we'll try that instead. Yeah, maybe if I change over to game chat, we'll try that instead. Hello, can you hear me, Toasty? Hello, can you hear me, Toasty? Hello? That is our sprint qualifying results. Mopar in the RB on pole. We got Amola in the Alpine in P2. Igor in P3 with the Haas. P4 is Supper in the Red Bull with his teammate in P6. P5 is Axel in the Alpine. 7 and 9 of the Ferrari, Swaz and Alfie. Chuck Norris in the Williams in P8. That is Elche in P10. Lil Limey P11 and Pegasus in P12. I'll see if I can get this sorted here. Hello? I changed over, but I couldn't hear you. Okay, yeah, I'll jump over. Hello? 4 lights. And that's lights out, away we go, the sprint race in Jeddah. Currently that's all drivers on mediums except for Imola on the softs to start the race. Clean getaway from everyone there. Let's just close this menu, get a better look at what's going on. Hello? Yeah, I still can't get it to work. What's that, mate? Oh, really? Yeah, I see. It's when you're Mopar leading with 2.5 gap. Someone just cut the corner there. I think that was Swaz. I'm just doing a bit of research online. I'm just trying to figure out why I can't get to here. Might be in your Discord settings. Are you using OBS or something like that? Supposed to. Oh, okay. Is that what you're using? Maybe if you might be in your outplayed settings. Might see a pass here from Imola to Mopar as he looks up the inside. And we backs out last minute there. Top 3 are very close at the moment. See Igor as well, right on the back end of Imola. Only 1/10 off. Your DRS is open as well. Be a lovely pass up the inside for Igor. Is that contact since turn 1? Oh, lovely move. These tier 2 guys have really been driving well in the last few races. Some nice clean racing. It's brilliant to watch. Got both Red Bull drivers here in 4th and 5th position. Just jumped on board with Sosa at the moment. Oh, clips the wall. Doesn't look like anything too severe, I don't think. Yeah, no damage on the front wing there. Got DRS open. Igor's just holding on to his lead at the moment with only 4 attempts gap. These guys at the front are in a real nice snake train. See if Supper can get a move off down here. He gets the better exit though, so we might... Oh no, snap of oversteer. I don't think we'll get it on this straight. So Wiggly Pegasus there has just lost the position to Axel. Maybe. Wow, a motor out of the session. That's Chuck in the wall there as well. Wow, what happened there? We'd love to see that in the replay. Possibly Elche included in that as well. I'm sure we'll see in the stewards after the race. Well, both the Red Bull cars going at it here. Let me just have a look. Just say something, Toasty. I'll see if I can pick you up. Just say something, Toasty. I'll see if I can pick you up. No. Nothing yet. It's annoying. Yeah, no problems. An invite. Oh yeah, of course. Well, do a bit of testing throughout the week if you are up for it, and we'll see if we can get whatever that is sorted out. That's alright, mate, no problems. I'll leave you to it then, mate. Mopar's got a brilliant lead. 1.8 seconds, wow, I've just seen that. Sosa, I think he's picked himself up a 3-second penalty there. It's got to be track limits. That currently puts him in provisional P4 if Swaz can keep the gap he does at the moment. Sosa making loads of time on that straight there with the DRS open. This would be great for the team if they can get a 2-3. It'd be 21 points. Further down the grid, we have both of the Mercedes here as well. Pegasus trying to make a move on Axel here. We'll jump on board as we can watch this fight play out. Losing a little bit of time through Sector 1. Needs to be careful not to drop out of DRS range. That's vital if he wants to get the pass done. Just outside here, so if he burns a bit of ERS out of this corner in Sector 2, might got to get himself back in. I see Sosa again making a move up on his teammate. Is he looking up the inside? I think we're swapping positions here. Lovely move from those guys. I think we'll see Supper here try and hold off Swaz, so Sosa can keep... Oh no, it's been passed again. These guys are battling hard. We've got the DRS open again here. See him making some time. Is he going to look up the inside? No, he stays behind. Mopar pulling an extreme rate. Supper gets the 3-second time penalty as well. That puts him on par with his teammates. So currently Swaz is looking at second place if he can keep this gap as it is. This would be brilliant for the Ferrari driver. So he's to keep it clean, not get any penalties himself. He'll be looking for a second place. See a little look up the inside from Sosa here. Is that a lock up? Supper keeps the lead. These guys are neck and neck. Jump back on board with Sosa. So he opens the DRS. You see him closing up on his teammate here. He's letting off. He doesn't want to go through there, yeah. We'll see him open DRS again here on this back straight. He's giving it some beans. And we'll see him go around the outside of his teammate here. It's a lovely pass. These guys really sort of want to play it safe. Oh, that little touch. Yeah, they need to be careful. Otherwise, we might see both of them out the race. That's certainly not what you want. Some brilliant driving from Sosa. He's keeping up with his teammate nicely here. But Swaz is still within the 3 seconds of both drivers. I mean, currently Swaz is looking at provisional P2. These guys need to pull away another 2 seconds if they want to be clear. Oh, Sosa in the wall. Is that a DNF? No. Just front wing damage. See him pull off here. Try not to get in the way of the rest of the drivers. I think he's safe. That's unfortunate for Sosa. It really is. Swaz is still in range for P2, the 3-second penalty that Supper has at the moment. There's only 3 attempts off losing it though, so if Supper can pull some time out here, he'll be able to keep hold of his place. It's a beautiful track here at Jeddah. See Limey, is that DNF in Sector 2? It's on the final lap of the race now. Mopar 3 seconds in front. A little bit of a moment there through turn 2. It's like he's struggling with oversteer a little bit. Or it might be connection issues if I'm not mistaken. Swaz really needs to build some time this lap. It seems that Supper's trying to close him off. If he can stay within 3 seconds, he's going to be looking nice and pretty on that second step of the podium. He's driving fantastically now. He's just made 4 attempts through Sector 1. Hopefully he can keep it down, keep it cool through Sector 2 and 3 and across the finish line. And P2 in the Elche just crashed out there as well. Looks like he's in the middle of the track there. Pegasus Sosa needs to be careful coming around here as well. Oh, it's been cleared now. Swaz has just fell out of that 3-second gap, so if Supper can keep this, he's looking at 2nd place, but Swaz is closing the gap up now. Let's see if Sosa can burn down this main straight and build that gap back up. Sort of fight for here for P2. I think Swaz is going to do it. Yeah, he has. Nice job. He'll be really happy with that. See Axel coming down the main straight here to cross the line. P4. Pegasus, our reserve driver from the academy, coming across P5, and Sosa coming down the main straight as well, and that will cross him P6. He's going to be gutted about that spin. You know, he was on for 3rd place there. That is unfortunate, man. We go over to qualifying for the main event now. Night time in Saudi Arabia. Now, pole in this sprint shootout was Mopar with a 128.8. Let's see if he can match that in these conditions. We've got Toasty on the grid again. Sneaking in there. Now, it looks like everyone on the soft tyre. Iger starting on the mediums. MP13 now. Just waiting for some guys to come out on track. See Iger on the way out of the garage here. There's number 8, the Red Bull of Sosa. Leaving the pit lane. He'll be first out, will be first across the line to set a time. I saw a lot for grabs at the 25 laps of the Jeddah race. It was incredibly close in that sprint we just had there. Few incidents, so hopefully we can have those clear now. And we'll have a nice clear race. But very competitive. See, all the drivers are very close together. I think Tier 2 is quite tightly matched to the front and the back of the grid. They're always within a few tenths of each other. So it'll be awesome to see the battling that we have of in the race. Abu Dhabi was fantastic to watch last week as well. Although Spain last week, the week before that was Abu Dhabi, my apologies. That was a brilliant race to watch. We had some fantastic racing going on there. Sosa's taking his time on his outlap. It's no longer the first out. It looks like Iger in first. So we'll jump on board with him. And we'll watch his first lap of the session. See if he can beat his time he got in the shootout qualifying. And that was a 129 flat. Let's see what he's got. A little bit late on the brakes there, only just to make the corner though. Nice line through turn 2. Keep it nice and tight to the wall. See him move over to the right side of the track. Gonna brake at that 50-yard board and clip the inside wall. Keep it as tight as you can. You want to minimise the track distance as much as you can. That makes the track shorter. Nice line through there. Brilliant line through sector 1. See what he goes into sector 2. Looking nice and wide on the entry. You get on the accelerator early for the exit. I'm gonna hog the wall on the right hand side here. And brake just before that 50-meter board. Clip the right hand side, slow in, fast out. Now here you want to minimise the track distance again, sort of clip these walls if you can. Hugging around the right hand side. You want to brake about 75 metres for that one. Brilliant line at the moment. Hug that left side wall here as well. You want to minimise that track distance. It'll save you temps across the course of the lap. The brake just at that 50. There's a little lock up there, so that'll kill him some time. Nice acceleration out at the end. I think this will place him with a 1 minute 30. 1:29.1. It's not a bad lap to start off with on the medium tyre. Of course, the only driver in the session at the moment on the mediums. Yeah, Swaz with a 130 flat on the soft. Wiggly with a 131.4. Let's see who else we have coming across the line now. Sosa on his hot lap. Let's see what time he can put on the board. Snuffer P4. 130.6. He's towing his teammate there by the looks of it on the start of his lap. So I jump on board with Supper. He supported that. Not quite sure what happened there. Just let the Ferrari of Alfie just pass him. Oh, a little snap of oversteer there. That'll cost him some time on his lap. Drops the gear too low. Yeah, sliding around. That's a shame. I think that lap isn't going to be very competitive for Alfie, unfortunately. Nonetheless, get a time on the board. I'm sure you can improve on that quite substantially as we go into the second part of qualifying. Still got 5 drivers in the pits. Yet to set a lap. So Toasty isn't actually part of the session. He's just floating around there, so I'm sure hopefully he won't be under AI for the race. Let's see what time Alfie can get here. I suspect a 1:31. A 1:30.271. That's not a bad time. Puts him in P4 just behind his teammate. Mola comes in second place, 1:20.4. 1:29.4, sorry. That'd be an amazing time if you got a 1:20. And that's all drivers who have left the garage with the time now. Maybe a little moment for Sosa there. Got Axel leaving the pits by the looks of it. Also on the soft tyre. See, Igar now also on an out lap. He's just fitted the softs. Obviously, that first lap he set, the 1:29.16, was a lap on the mediums. So we're likely to see him improve here. Likely by around 4 tenths. I think we'll see a 1:28.8 probably. Which is the qualifying time we had in the sprint shootout. Slide in the car through sector 2. We've got yellow flags on track again for the Alpine. He's driving slowly. It's likely to be a Mola. Hanging back, probably looking for a tow opportunity if he can find one. Hello? Axel, sorry. My apologies. Still have the Red Bull there as well, driving slowly. There's Sosa, taking his time on the outlap. Let's jump on board now, see if he can improve on his time. The 1:30.6. Needs to be careful because he has a driver coming up behind him. It looks like the... Who is that? That is Chuck Norris. Give it a little tow to start his hot lap. Nice line there. Nice and late on the brakes. Hugs the right hand side wall. We get close to the left there as well, which is nice. One tyre on the curb. On the left hand side here as well to rotate the car. It's not too bad of a lap. It's 2 tenths up. 2.5 in sector 1. Going nicely through sector 2. Really slow into this corner and accelerate as fast as possible out of it. Again, you want to straight line the track here. Sort of apex to apex on these walls. You know, minimise the track distance as much as you can. That can save you a couple of tenths over the course of the lap. That was a nice corner there. See how he is at the moment. That is currently 3 temps up on his time, which is currently good enough for P3. See, a Mola there is just DNF. See if Chuck can improve. A 10th. Keeps him where he is in P4, but that is a better time. That helped defend his spot against Supper, Axel and Alfie, who are trying to jump up for that. Limey getting out of the way nicely there. He's on his out lap now. There's only 7 minutes left of the qualifying, so he might have a chance for 1 lap. One lap, and if he's lucky, he might be able to go back out for another. Just be careful in the tyres. You don't have to worry too much. The tyres will warm themselves as you're driving around the track, especially on those softs. Shouldn't worry too much about trying to warm those. So you got Wiggly Pegasus as well. It's like starting a lap. A little slow through turns 1 and 2. And Pegasus is currently on the medium tyre. Not quite sure why, but I'm sure he knows something we don't. We're getting a lovely tow from this Red Bull in front. It's 3 temps down into sector 1. Just like Limey, it's just gone wide in that last turn. Got a yellow flag in turn 27. Axel driving around nicely. Supper on his out lap. 6 minutes remain of the session. Alfie's just put it up to P2. Fantastic lap from him there, 129.2. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. Axel's flying 2 temps up in sector 1. Nice line using all the track there. Hug a little tight to the right hand side. Brake nice and early. Slow in and fast out of that corner. A little snap of oversteer. And here again you want to cut the track as much as possible. Try and straight line it. Reduce the track distance, which will also reduce your track time. Through turn 26. No, 24 I believe that to be. The long sweeping 26 down into turn 27, the final turn of the track. Opens up nicely onto that pit straight. Let's see if he can improve on his tyre at 130.2. Yes, 5.5 tenths faster. Brings him up to P5 at 129.6. Good lap from Axel. Sosa, 4.5 temps up, just starting sector 2 here. He's in P8 with a 130.6. He'll be looking for a low 129 along with the front runners at the moment. Let's see here. Nice line through these turns. Hug the wall sort of as much as you can. Nice and early. Still 4 temps up. There's a little bit of a slide there, but it's nothing too much to worry about. You want to hug the left-hand side wall a little bit more. Really minimise that track distance. Braking the straight line. It's a lovely line through there. Nice and early on the gas as well. Going to use as much ERS burn as you can on this straight here as well. Gives him a 129.8. It's 8 temps faster than he was. It's only enough for 1 more place. Iger Twin with a 128.8. Obviously those fresh soft tyres he's just put on. The time he said before was on the mediums. So my prediction of 128.8 is spot on. Let's see, 3 minutes left of the session. We've got some drivers coming out on out laps. Mopar hasn't set a lap yet, so we'll be interested to see what he can come out with. Supper cruising through sector 3. This is a slow lap. See him start his push lap now, if I'm not mistaken. So his teammate Sosa driving through sector 2 nice and slowly. Wants to make sure he can get out of the way of his teammate when he comes round. We might be seeing a team play here. The way he's driving slowly, I think he might be waiting for his teammate. We might see through the straights of sector 3, he might be looking to tow his teammate. Let's jump on board with Supper. Oh, he's 3.5 tenths, my apologies, up in sector 1. You see his teammate still driving nice and slowly there. Yeah, I think we're going to see some team towing here. It's like sector 3. See those Ferraris very close to each other as well. They might be impeding each other being that close. Let's see what Supper can do with the tow here. A little bit miscalculated from his team. That would be nice, little bit of a tow, but Sosa should have started a little bit earlier and he could have towed him all the way down here. Let's see what he can do here. Nice turning in. Nice and early on the gas. This is looking fast. 4 attempts better. That is P5. The 129.6. Trying to get out of the way there of his teammate. Gets a little tow up into sector 1. Let's jump on board with these Ferraris. See them towing each other around. Let's see if they can improve. Swaz obviously starting his hot lap now. Alfie's invalidated the previous. I think we'll see him in the pits. That's front wing damage for Alfie. That's okay, qualifying over for him. Hopefully he can keep his P2. It looks like final drivers are all on fast laps. Let's jump on board first with Sosa, who will cross the line first at the end of the qualifying session. 2.5 temps up on his time in sector 2. That's currently enough to put him in P6 just behind his teammate, so hopefully he can keep this up. Coming down into turn 27. Nice and tight on the wall there, nice and early on the gas. A little bit late on the gas there, so we'll lose a little bit of time. Driving the long way to the finish line as well. You want to stick to the left hand side of the line there, that's the closest part of the finish line to your car. So you'll gain some time if you cross as far left as you can. Got the Ferrari of Swaz as well, coming through turn 27 now. And it's qualifying over, so all the drivers who are out on track, this is the last chance they will have. Wow, 6 thousandths off of his best. Who do we have here? Supper driving slowly, he's obviously chalked his hot lap. We have the Mercedes of Wiggly coming through. He's 2 temps down. Unfortunately, we might see an improvement here if he can find time in 27. No, that's a 10th off, unfortunately for him. RB of Mopar into the pits now. See Sosa on a slow lap on his way in. And that is qualifying over. Not a bad qualifying session from our drivers. Pole time of 128.8. Half a temp slower than the qualifying time we saw in the sprint shootouts. So, the starting grid for the race will be Eiger in the Haas in first. Second is Mopar in the RB. Third is Alfie in the Ferrari with his teammate Swaz in P5. Imola in the Alpine for P4 and his teammate Axel in P7. Supper in P6 with his teammate Sosa in P9. You have Chuck in P8 in the Williams there. Just below is the Mercedes of Wiggly. In 11th place is Elche in the Haas, and last is Limey in the Mercedes. And we have no formation lap, just a reminder for the drivers. An unfortunate glitch in the Racing League tools and the EA telemetry. So we'll be starting straight off the grid. Just waiting for the team and drivers to choose their setups and the race strategies that they'd like to use. Of course, it's a 25 lap race. We might see some safety cars here, so we might see some cars under fueling or at least riding near the limit. We'll see. And the reason you do that is fuel the least amount of weight, less weight, more fast. And lights out, away we go, racing in Saudi Arabia. Mopar's lost a fair few places off the start. Is he spun there? Wow. That is unfortunate for Mopar. So he toasted a commentator driving around the back as a safety car. Limey and Swaz both dead. Wow, what is going on here? That's a lot of cars in the wall. That's Axel, Elche, Mopar, Swaz and Limey all included in that. That's a full course safety car from that incident. I'm interested to see what happened there. I think we'll definitely be seeing a few incidents reported to the stewards there. That will be very interesting to look at. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to catch that on the stream. But on the screen now you have your possible race strategies. People starting on the medium tyre and changing to the hards, I think is what we'll see mostly. Let's change over the detail now. We can see what tyres people are starting on. There's a lot of medium users. I think they'd be wise to stay on the mediums at the moment. We might see Alfie on the softs change for some hards maybe. And Mopar I think will stay on the hards there as well. As our race leader, Igor now caught up with the safety car. Let's see, anyone in the pits? The last four drivers of Wiggly, Elche, Chuck and Sup are all in the pits. All changing for the hards by the looks of it. Trying to go the race distance on these, I assume. It's an unfortunate race start for those two guys. This wasn't Limey. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to get a look on what happened there, so sorry for that, everybody. Axel with 10 seconds of penalties. That's got to be severe collision. He must have been included in that scrap there as well. You can take a photo of his race director and send in a clip of what happened to the stewards if he wants that penalty removed, if he feels that it is unjust. Got Toasty in P6 still here, still driving. I'm assuming that is his AI. Yes, it is. See, the two-stop strategy that's come up on the screen there. I don't think we'll see many of that. We had a few people starting on the mediums. Wiggly, Elche, Supper and Chuck have all changed to the hards under that safety car. I suspect they're probably going to try and take that the entire race distance. I think safety car is probably looking to be in lap 3. So that will leave them 22 laps to do on those hard tyre, which is possible, especially because it is a night race. You know, the track's going to be colder, the tyre wear will be less. But Jeddah is quite a high tyre wear track. So we might see some people struggling. Sosa in the pits and Alfie as well. No? Sosa's not in the pits. He lied to me. Alfie and Pegasus. Is that Pegasus in the pits again? Taking off the hards, putting on the mediums. Alfie's getting a new wing. Onto the hard tyres for him as well. And Alfie comes out in front of the Mercedes though. I suspect we'll see safety car in this lap, just like all drivers are in line with the safety car queue. Yep, safety car in this lap. You can see at the top of your screen there. So let's see. The restart that Igor has. Already driving fast. Severe collision for Wiggly. We will have to slow down because the safety car isn't in yet. Igor might get penalised for that if going too early on the safety car restart. It's quite a nice pull. Let's see what happens at the back of the grid. Wow! Mola with a little slide there. So that's probably going to lose him a place to Sosa. Everyone else seems to be getting through quite cleanly. See Supper right at the back, obviously changed for his new tyres. These guys sort of want to baby these as far as they can. See Elche cutting half the track off there. Or too wide. Let's see if Mopar can get the move done on Sosa. And he does. Nice move. Sosa's going to want that place back though, so we'll jump on board with him. See if he can do it. Looks like he's burning some battery there to keep up. Next lap DRS will be enabled again. We'll be able to make a lot of time. This is the first racing lap of the race, obviously. That turn 1. Oh no, I think it was a turn 4 incident between those two guys at the back. So it's a little bit slow off the line now. As Axel's really wanting this position on Sosa. See him looking up the inside. Is he going to make a move? No, he plays it safe. Wait for that DRS zone. Supper here on Toasty's AI. Should be able to make the position. These AI are really infuriating sometimes. shame he managed to make it into the session. Little nudge past the AI there, that was kind of cheeky. This is so. We'll get the DRS open here in a second, I'm sure. There it is, DRS open. But Axel in front does not. We'll see him make some time up here, especially through the next sector. The DRS straight open now, you see that sign. We'll definitely be closing up a lot now to Axel, who of course has that 10-second time penalty. There's a lovely move there we just saw from Mopar to get that place on Imola. Look at these gaps, guys. Very close racing from everyone here. Supper takes his teammate and runs off track wide there as well. Sosa's going to be wanting that place back. Elche moving up on Toasty. Another 3-second time penalty for Elche there. Oh, he's collided with the AI. Just put him in the wall. Front wing is off by the looks of it there. That's unfortunate for him. That's a VSC out. Elche will have to be quick and jump in the pits, get that wing changed. So Igor's got that 7-second gap now. Absolutely flying, Igor. Fastest lap of the race with him as well, 1:32.156. It's currently 2 seconds faster than the next best time. This man is flying. See, we have anyone in the pits on this VSC? There's one of the Alpines in there, of Axel. See what's going on here. See the pit crew run out. Of course, he's on the mediums at the moment. I think we'll probably be seeing him change for hards. Yeah, that's hards going on. Sosa in the pits there as well. Elche in the pits for the new front wing, and the mediums are going on. That pit stop is going to cost them. I think the VSC ended a little bit earlier than they were expecting. Igor now a 6-second lead, lost a little bit of time for that VSC. See, Imola is flying up alongside Mopar. I think he's going to be trying for the place. Should see DRS open here. There he is. We'll be closing up, but I don't think we'll be seeing a move. Maybe in sector 3 here. A little bit loose on the front end for Mopar there. See DRS open again. I'll be looking up the inside for a possible dive. No, he lets off early. He's playing the long game. And Supper won't be enjoying that. He'll be wanting to get this over and done with as quickly as possible. Of course, still on the hard tyre. The guys in front of him haven't pit yet. They are still on the mediums that they started on. So Supper will have the tyre advantage now. Of course, he needs to try and take that right to the end of the race. Some brilliant driving from these guys. And Igor has checked out. Little tap of the wall from Supper there. Only 4 attempts off the car in front. It didn't lose him too much time. I think we'll see No attempts there. He's going to stay close. Little snap of oversteer again from Mopar. He seems to be really struggling with this setup. I'm sure Supper would have noticed that and will be using that to his advantage. See a little slide there from Mopar again. And another snap of oversteer. It might be overdriving the tyres. I think that might still be cold. Of course, these hard tyres around Jeddah do take 2 or 3 laps to warm up. We saw that yesterday in our Tier 1 race. Mopar's starting to hold him up now, so he needs to get this pass done if he can burn some overtake here. You might see him looking up the inside. He has a peak. Doesn't make the move. You see Imola staying in front, so he's got to be burning a lot of battery. And he can't keep that up forever. Here we see Supper, hot lap on. Making some space. Is this a double overtake? Oh, a little bit of a touch between those two guys there. I think Supper outbroke himself and he's handed the place back. Very good sportsmanship. Now I think we'll see him go at it again. Staying quite nicely to the back of Imola now. Of course, he just gave that position back for the instant in turn 1. I think Imola has probably not got a lot of battery left. He's been defending for a few laps now. He's been fighting off those guys with DRS, so we might see a pass here with the DRS open. Yeah, he's got the speed. Let's see if he can get it done. Tries to go up the inside. Backs out last minute. Whoa! Snap of oversteer. Is that rear wing damage? Let's hope not, because that is pretty awful to drive with. DRS is open. Travels up the inside. Takes 4th position. Wow, yeah, see that? He's definitely got rear wing damage there. Let's see that lock up on the oversteer. He's really going to struggle with that for the rest of the race. We'll jump on board with Mopar, who's now taking his turn in attacking. Supper manages to make that place. Chucky's not giving it up easily. Let's jump on board to see what happens here. Supper's really having to drive that delicately with that rear wing damage. See, Chucky's really going to want to get past here. That rear of that Red Bull is sliding around a lot. Little squeeze, a little bit of a touch between the two cars. Should be able to go down around the outside. Supper's going to be driving nice and slowly with that rear wing damage. Little snap of oversteer again there. So he wants to stay in the draft with the car ahead. Gets a good exit. It looks like Supper's burning quite a lot here as well, just to build that gap. But he's been held up 1.5 seconds this lap, which is not looking good for him. Get that DRS open and see if he can make the pass. But they've now dropped down 4 seconds from Mopar. This will really be hurting Chuck's race. He really needs to get this pass done as soon as possible. We'll jump back on with Imola, who's just been passed by Mopar here. These guys are really battling out. Of course, Iker with the 10-second lead. Let's have a look at the pit stops. So Iker, Mopar and Imola are still yet to stop. Of course, Supper's already stopped once. Oh wow! Mopar in the wall there. Into turn 4. That's a safety car come out. Which isn't great for Supper. All these guys are going to get a free pit stop now. And of course with that rear wing damage he's really going to struggle. So I think we might see Supper in for some new tyres. The two guys in front of him, Iker and Imola, are both definitely going to jump in for some new tyres. So he probably won't be losing out too much if he goes in now. I think we'll see Chuck and Alfie probably stay out on the hards, or maybe change for some mediums. with the amount of laps left. The safety car will probably go in about lap 13. So you'll be expecting about 11 or 12 laps of racing. Oh, he's really struggling with that rear wing damage, isn't he? Wow. I think we'll see Iger in the pits now, if I'm not mistaken. He's got an 11-second lead. Needs to be careful, speeding. Lovely. I think we'll see now. He can pit for the hards. And the medium's off and the hards on. See him out. Supper is in the pits as well. Chuck has stayed out. So Chuck is not going to be able to get the place in time. So he'll start P2. On his pre-warn hards, I think they are a few laps old. See if we can see. 10 laps. So it's a 10 lap offset for Igor. But Chuck's tyres will warm up a little bit faster, so maybe he can get the jump on Igor whilst his tyres are still fresh. So Mola in the pits, changed to the hards there, he come out in P4. It's not too sad for him. It's Alfie in front with this 3-second penalty, so provisional P3 for Mola. So Supper's still struggling with that rear wing damage. His teammate Sosa has just been in the pits as well. Just pit for some mediums. It's not a bad shout. I think those mediums are a good call. I think we'll, again, 12 or 13 laps of racing, you can definitely take those mediums to the end there. See these guys bunch back up with the pack. We've just seen footage of that crash from turn 1, or turn 4, sorry, on lap 1, between Limey and Swaz. Big incident. I mean, looking at it, you see Swaz loses control of the car out of the exit turn 3, crashes into turn 4. Pegasus manages to move out the way, but unfortunately Limey doesn't. He smashes into the back. Loses one tyre, and then the Red Bull Supper takes off the other. So that's 2 cars in the middle of the track there, blocking the whole thing. And there we have 3 or 4 cars all caught up in that. It's very unfortunate for Limey there. On his debut race as a reserve driver in Tier 2. Not ended the way he'd expect. Safety car in this lap. see Igor on the restart. Hopefully he'll get it right this time. It's a little too fast off the start previously. You want to wait until that safety car is completely in before you start accelerating. They caught up with the safety car last time and the game forced them to slow down. It looks like it's going well. You see the safety car there in the pits. So you'll get a message at the top, say prepare to resume racing. And there we go. We're racing again. Wow, someone spun out there, Chuck, in the wall. Jump on board with him. See if he's got any front wing damage there. Yeah, left side front wing damage. He's staying out though. And everyone else has got away nicely. Igor's pulled a 3.5 second lead in 4 corners. I'm not quite sure how he's managed to do that. Ah, Alfie's got front wing damage there. I'm assuming from the instant he's holding everyone up, and Igor is building a fantastic lead. That's 4.5 seconds now. Everyone needs to get past Alfie if they can, because he's going to be holding everybody up. Amola is trying to make the pass, but he can't. Hasn't got the speed. He can't do it in the corners because there's no space. Alfie's really handing Igor the win here if this continues to play out how it is. All these drivers are really going to struggle to pass him. I'm only a little bit of a better exit. I think we'll see if a little bit of some ERS burn. Maybe a dive up the inside. He goes for it. Alfie gives him plenty of space. Nice driving from Alfie. It's DRS enabled there as well. 3 wide into turn 1 by the looks of it. Let's see how this plays out. Lovely move there. Alfie goes back on the inside of Supper, so Supper loses 2 places. Alfie into the wall. Lamola manages to get past. Everyone's managed to get past Alfie now. Supper still struggling with that rear wing damage. He's doing fantastically well to be where he is at the moment in P3. Jump on with Sosa, see if he can get the place on Axel here. He's finding a lot of time, especially in the corner there. It's DRS enabled now. It's another 3 seconds for Elche. Puts him on 6. It's DRS open, we'll be closing up the space. Don't want to go for a move here, so he's going to stay behind. Gets a great exit. We'll get DRS open here as well. He's building some lovely space. He's going around the outside. This might prove difficult for him. I stand corrected. Lovely easy move. Millimeters away from the wall, but he manages to make that nicely. Supper with the DRS open as well. Managed to make a lot of time on Imola of the Alpine. Just driving fantastically well with that rear wing damage. Cool, Igor as well. 7 seconds ahead now. He's not messing around. The fastest lap of the race, or the 1:32.156. It's immense. Next fastest lap is Imola with a 1:33.307. Supper gaining ever closer on Imola here. If he can get in front. Jeddah's quite a hard track to pass in the corners, so as long as he's got the battery, he'll be able to defend on the straights. It seems like he's using quite a lot to stay with Imola. He can't drive too fast in the corners of that rear wing damage. You'll see the rear of his car sliding quite a lot. So he's also going to be doing quite a lot of damage to the degradation of those rear tyres. Little luck up there. Finds great time in the corner. Get DRS open here as well. This will be an easy pass for him. It's fantastic driving from Supper there. Pops himself up into P2 with rear wing damage. Little lock up. And Mola's dropped back 6/10 already. You can tell he wants it. 4 attempts in closing. Another 3 seconds for Elche. Puts him on 9 seconds now. That's more than all the other drivers combined. Behind Axel, really close to the AI of Toasty. He should be able to make this place. IA level's currently set to 80 this race. See what sort of move he can do here. Axel gets that move done, nice and easy. Imola can't manage to catch up with Supper. Really seems to be struggling to get that place back. Let's jump on board with Elche. As he attempts to make this pass on the McLaren of Toasty's AI. A little bit of oversteer there, but controlled nicely. He's driving that Haas quite nicely. And burn a little bit here to try and get past the McLaren. Up the inside. Brakes very early. Backs out of the move. McLaren here is giving Elche a run for his money. See if he can make the pass with the DRS here. Right on the back of that McLaren. DRS open. Tries going around the outside. Does so nicely. Let's jump back with Imola. He's trying to catch up with Sarpart at the moment. But the gap isn't going down. Elche has just been overtaken by the AI again. When he punts him through the corner. We'll see DRS open here. Looks like he's going for a move on the outside. Switches back to the inside. Outbrakes him. That's a lovely move. Hopefully he can hold on to it this time. Imola's losing some time to Supper again. We'll jump on board with him, because he's really struggling with that rear wing there. Fastest lap of the race for Alfie, 1:31.7. We'll take home that extra point. Of course, currently in P7, Alfie is the AI of Toasty, is disqualified at the end of the race. Mola's caught up nicely there, obviously. We saw that moment from Supper in Sector 2. I think that's probably where he called the time. And Mola 1.5 attempts up on his previous lap. Of course, we'll have DRS open here. Let's see if he can make the move. He's looking up the inside. Brakes a lot later. Early on the gas. We'll see DRS open again now. So the draft as well. Up the inside. Supper sees the position. These guys are going neck and neck for the final 5 laps of this race. He's lost a second there, Supper. He'll have DRS in a second, which will allow him... Well, no, I don't think he's going to have it. No, he doesn't. He's dropped out of DRS there. That's brilliant news for Imola. He's going to find it much easier to hold on to that position now. Obviously, Supper with the rear wing damage. Gained and lost some time through there. If he can stay within a second, he'll get the DRS advantage. He's burning a lot down this back straight. DRS open there as well. See if he can get the DRS, which I'm sure he will. Only half a second off. Get that open there, and he can start building some time back to Imola. Sort of want to be between 3 and 4 tenths gap as you enter that DRS zone if you'd like to get the overtake done. Unless, of course, you burn some battery. Only 4 attempts off now. I think these guys are going to be battling right down to the finish line, if I'm not mistaken. It's 3 attempts slower than his previous lap, but he's only 6 attempts off of Imola of the Alpine. We'll get the DRS advantage in just a second. Is that the Ferrari of Alfie as well, I think? Full safety car out. Alfie's lost his front wing there. I think we'll see a lot of drivers now change for the soft compound. Especially Supper, who has been on those mediums for quite some time. But we might see some people near the back of the grid maybe stay out for that track position, which we know is also important around Jeddah. Especially with a late safety car like this, we probably won't resume the race until lap 23. So you'll only have 2 laps of racing. Obviously one of those won't have DRS and the final will. So you want to get as much tyre advantage as you can to try and build up as much of a gap as you can in lap 24. If you can get out of DRS, that'll be ideal really, because then you won't have to worry too much on the final lap of the race. So we'll see what people do here. Igo, Supper and Elche are all in the pits for the soft tyre, I'm assuming. Igo on the softs, Supper on softs there. Let's see what Elche does. That's the mediums off and softs on. New front wing as well for him, which will definitely lose him some places. Of course, we'll have Alfie jump in the pits for that new front wing. That is the mediums off. And he's put on hards for the last 2 laps of the race. And a wing change. I'm not quite sure if that's what Alfie meant to do. Wouldn't personally be my strategy to go to hard tyres with 2 laps of the race remaining. But I suppose he is in last position, so what has he got to lose? Fastest lap as well, currently held by Alfie with a 1:31.7. We might see some drivers that have just changed to the soft tyre possibly beating that. Igor previously with the fastest lap record. So at the moment we have Imola in first, Sosa in second, Axel in third, Igor in fourth, Supper is in fifth, Elche in seventh, or sixth, my apologies. and Alfie in 7th. With Iga, Supper and Elche just changed for the soft tyre. As I said before, that'll give them a brilliant advantage off the safety car restart, so hopefully they can build some places with that. Of course, Igor's dropped 4 positions to swap for those tyres, so it's in his best interest to make those positions back as quickly as possible. We've seen Amola, Sosa and Axel stay out. Trying to build the track position, I guess, here. Sosa has a 3-second time penalty, so this safety car isn't perfect for him. Of course, if any car is within 3 seconds gap to him, he'll be losing the position to them, which isn't great with the safety car this close to the end of the race. He's really going to struggle to build that 3-second gap on everybody. Amola's staying out on the hards, and Axel has also stayed out on the hards as well. So those guys, I suspect, will be trying to get the advantage of the track position by staying out. And the idea will be trying to defend as much as possible. And if they can manage to hold off the other drivers for 2 laps, then we'll see, you know, a better finishing position than what they had previously. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Lap 23 at the moment. We'll see Alfie will catch up to the pack in the middle of Sector 2. So I suspect that we will go racing again, safety car in this lap. So we will have just 2 laps of racing left. That'll be lap 24 and lap 25 to decide who gets the win. Of course, Elche is currently sat with 9 seconds of penalties. So, as it stands, Alfie will be in the position that Elche is in, and Elche will fall to last. Alfie does have a 3-second penalty, so as long as he can stay within 6 seconds of Elche, then he'll be fine for that. Supper, obviously, in P5, excluding Toasty, has the rear wing damage. So, it'll be interesting to see what he can pull here. Obviously, just pit for the new soft tyres, so he's going to have much better grip than he did, obviously, on those mediums. So maybe that works to his advantage. We've got a safety car in this lap. Amola will be restarting us. You'll see everybody slow down and wait for that safety car to pull into the pits before we resume racing again. The safety car now entered the pit lane, so Mola is ready to race whenever he likes. We're still driving slowly. And that is the restart there. Pulls a good amount of time off the start, just the 4/10. Could be better, but not too bad. Alfie makes that position on the restart for Elche. Let's see if these guys in the softs can push through now. Of course, these guys who are still on the hards, Armola there. Elche's just spun in turn 4. But yeah, these guys on the hards, they're going to be cold. And they usually take 2 to 3 laps to warm up. So these guys are going to be at severe disadvantage to the rest of the grid. The guy, Sosa on the mediums, obviously with the 3-second penalty, it'd be in his best interest to get the overtake on Armola as quickly as possible. And try and build up as much time as he can. Obviously, as it stands with that 3-second penalty, he's going to be dropping down quite a few positions. Probably to P6 by the looks of it. So he really needs to build that gap. Igor 4/10 off of Axel. And it looks like he's struggling to find the advantage of changing to those softs. So we might see Sosa and Axel finish well here. I think that strategy call was brilliant. Igor makes the place on Axel. So only 2/10 off the car in front. No DRS obviously for this lap, and the final lap will have DRS now. So Amola in first. We have Igor only 2/10 off in P2. Sosa in P3, 2/10 off. And now in P4. Supper in P3, 4/10 off. Obviously Sosa is struggling a little bit there. You see he's just had a moment. He's 2 seconds off now, his teammate in P3, with that 3-second time penalty. So As it stands, Sosa will be in P7. See if Supper and Iger can make these places on Imola, who decided to stay out on those hards. Good strategy call, I think. Because he's got that track position now. We'll see Iger on the faster tyre. He's going to be burning here, and we'll see DRS open as well in a second. Let's see if he can get the place. Of course, Imola will probably have a full battery, so I think he might be able to defend this one. Tries going up the inside there. Let's see if he can make the move stick. He does. Imola lets him pass quite nicely there, sort of just hands in position. Might be playing DRS games though. We might see him rear wing open there. Only 4 attempts behind. 3 now. 2. There's only 2 attempts off. We might see him with the DRS open here, full burn, try and make that position back. 7 attempts off now. I think Iger's going to take it. Yeah, Iger takes the win. Imola with P2. Sosa crosses the line P3, but he'll be dropped down some positions for that penalty. So Axel up into P3, Sup in P4. That drops Sosa down to P5 with his penalties. Alfie in P6 and Elche in P7. What a race, guys. Action down all the way to the end there. That's a good strategy call from Iger to change to the softs to try and hold off as much as he can. But we see Imola obviously stays out on the hards. That's really good for him. Finishes P2. I can't quite remember where he was before the safety car, but quite a good strategy call. He didn't manage to get the win, but he was very close to it. It was a 44-minute race time there, but that was action right down to the end. Imola was very, very close. That strategy call was almost perfect. It was a shame he managed to lose the position in turn 24 to Iger. If he managed to hold on to that, I think he might have had the race win there. Just waiting for Elche to cross the line, taking his time. And that's the race, everybody. Wow, was that one exciting. Supper driver of the day. We'll have our own vote, of course. But he did 90% of that Grand Prix with rear wing damage, so you've got to give props to him for that. He did fantastically to finish P4 with rear wing damage. I'll be interested to speak to him after the race. Right, we're going to try and talk to some of the drivers now in a post-race interview. That one was very exciting, it's got to be said. Let's see if we can transfer ourselves over for that. Right, hello Alfie. How was that race for you?
It was alright. After the safety car restart, Chuck Norris spun on cold tyres. So, but Toasty's AI was
Yeah, so
decided to
P6,
sort that might be
it's not too bad of a finish, man.
not that bad. Had a good qualifying, I think.
Yeah, of course. Qualifying, you ended up in third with a
Good. Nice.
1:29.2.
Yeah.
Just not too bad of a time. If we flick over to the Tier 1 race that you raced in yesterday,
But yeah,
your
you
time
finished
in there was a
one, 2,
1:29.6.
3. Was it?
Yeah, so a little bit better.
I think I got fastest lap as well. The race.
In the race, yeah, you did 1:31.7. That's good, man.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations
Well, hopefully.
on your sixth place. It was great to watch, man.
Thank you, Ash.
No worries. We'll speak to you later
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, you too.
Hi, Chris.
Oh, do?
How was that race for you? It looks like you got rear wing damage halfway through that.
Yeah, I did. I
Yeah, man.
drove like a minute, so
He did well.
I think I've got a few. I drove like a minute, so I think I've got a few maybe position drops coming.
Yeah, I see. Well, you finished P4, which wasn't too bad in the end. I saw you holding on to P2 for a while, but that rear wing damage just seemed to be, mega.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised I kept it on the track, to
Yeah.
be honest.
What was it? You orange, red?
It was dark orange.
Oh, oh, got it, man.
The back end of the car was sliding around all over the place. Probably didn't look like it was, but it definitely was.
Yeah, man. I mean, on the stream we saw you sort of sliding, left, right, all over the place. I'm surprised you managed to keep it on track, to be honest. Very impressive, man.
Yeah, but I managed to keep because I had no rear wing. I had more straight line speed.
Yeah,
So I managed to keep Imola behind me for a few laps, purely based on the fact that I had way more straight line speed than he did.
yeah,
Until the back end snapped a bit too much.
yeah. I saw, man. Lucky you didn't break your wrist in some of those. I saw, especially in sector one, as you hitting the curbs, the rear of the car. Sometimes ended up in front of you. That was
Yeah.
nuts.
So ended up in front of me from that. Uh, yeah, I thought that I was going to catch them again, but
Yeah, of
no.
course. I saw you and Sosa try to work together as well in the qualifying. To tow each other through sector three. Do you think you got any benefit from that?
We tried it. I think he might have got some benefit from it. I overfueled to begin with and waited to give him a tow, but I think there was some tomfoolery with him and another driver, so
Yeah.
maybe that's going to come out as well. I didn't really get any benefit from the tow. I don't think we did it right.
Oh, I see.
So actually, in the race qualifying, I went a tenth slower than I did in the sprint qualifying, and the sprint qualifying time was with medium tyres.
Oh, right, I see. Yeah. Oh, that's unlucky, man. Well, better luck for next week. Obviously, we're in Qatar.
I think I've still got enough points to hold on to the lead anyway.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited to see some tickets come in for some of those incidents. Obviously, I don't know if you
Oh,
managed to. Well, of course, you saw the incident between Soz and Limey. I know you drove through his car. Looks like you ripped his tyre
I
off
didn't
there.
see that. I just saw. Yeah, I didn't see that. I just saw two cars facing in opposite ways, nowhere to go, and apparently one of them was ghosted. So I'm assuming that he might have just left just before I got to it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Otherwise, I think yeah, I would have been deaded for definite.
Yeah. Well, it was awesome talking to you, mate. We're gonna bring your teammate Sosa on now. So good luck for next week.
Thank you.
You there, Sosa? Hello. How was that race for you, mate? Can't hear you there, mate. Well, good chat, man. I'll invite you again, see if it works this time. Hello. No, no luck. Okay, bro. Oh, that's it then. Thank you very much. Well done on your guys' race results. That was brilliant to watch. Until next week.